Hey, NASDAQ, where you get the best dope on the markets. This is a special weekend. It is March 7th. What was Friday? 6, 7, 8. Today is Sunday the 8th. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to look ahead here in the futures markets. Up here in the stocks here. Let's go to stocks, but we're going to hit commodity. We're going to hit the metals, silver and gold. Okay, we're going to hit some of these grains. We have here, watch that one out in the upper. Look at that one. Okay, look at this. This one, this 48.50 level, I've been talking about forever. I've been talking about it before when we went up there, okay? You get over it, and then you came back down. Here we are at the devil's number, 6666. So we're going to talk about, that's bean oil, okay? Here's a little 3-minute silver here, for active traders, clients, okay? And then this is crude oil here. Let's do that in a upper left-hand corner, okay? So we're going to look at crude oil here, okay? I think this is real interesting here. A lot of this stuff has to come off here, okay? Because we just blew into it. But my levels will also give targets. So there's some air right here. See how we stopped here for what is this, a daily? Yeah, we stopped for a day, pierced through it, came back. It was good for 2 days here. And all of a sudden the third day, and all of a sudden the fourth. You got to, okay, this would have been a little olive sell here. I don't know, 74 3/4 or something like that. We're trading within structures, okay? Otherwise, this is just a major breakout. And these would be a couple of, here, we closed it. This is April. We closed, call it at 91. We got up to 92.60, okay? That was just in the aftermarket, okay? Just, crude oil is $1,000 a buck, okay? They do have minis, okay? You need a broker, and what you do is you put open orders in here, for example, to sell one of these. Here, let's talk about the psychology now. Okay, and then Trump with the Starmer. So Starmer in the UK, these guys, they're scumbags. Okay, they've let their country get taken over with Muslims, and it's the last of the deep state. But anyway, so these guys are absolutely hosed here for as far as energy costs. Okay, this with WTI, this is WTI. They trade Brent. The Europeans trade Brent. Okay, and So what we are doing is, I think Trump ought to be getting ready to hedge the entire drill baby drill. Okay, we know where drill baby drill was, $55 down here. Okay, all right down here. This is drill baby drill here. Trump comes in, okay, and then we start drifting back down to 55. Even though you weren't really seeing it at the gas pump because they're such scumbags, they had the basis was as much as the contract. So let's go into, okay, so we did crude. Those would be some levels here on the upside here. I think what we're going to do is watch tonight, okay? If we were to get up another $10, it'll be panic for the shorts, okay? But in the meantime, I think I think you start looking for a $10 break. And if you got a $10 break, you take it, okay? If you sell one of these numbers. Here's one at 103.54. Okay. Now listen, you could do the as a matter of fact, here, let's go see here. What was it? April, May. Where is my May? There's got to be a May right here. Okay. Let's look at May. Just now, this has not been. Okay. So this would be what May is looking like. Okay, as a matter of fact, was this in May? This was in June. This must have been the last Iran bombing, I'm guessing. Possibly there. Well, anyway. Okay, so this would be the next month in crude oil here. You can also play spreads there. If you were going to play a spread June 26, June 27. It's a little bit less risky, and then you're just, you're selling the premium in this June over next year's June. Similar to in the grains. Okay, so here is see the little blue? these just automatically get placed on there sometimes when you're looking at another chart. This is the S&P, okay? So we've been holding pretty tough here. These are record highs, okay? Record PEs, all that stuff, okay? Everything that says it's all-time record high overvalued, okay? And we were at 7,000. Not that you use a handle, but it was really, I kept saying, I go, there's that 7,000 figure. Because in the scheme of things, you know, it wasn't that long ago, this thing was at 3,500. But anyway, here we came down and posted a new low close for the year. Okay, and going back to here, this is November 25. Okay, so coming down here. I have some olive buys if you're looking to buy here. Okay, as a matter of fact, if you're looking to buy, we came back and closed above green, orange support, olive support, olive support. Okay, that's just the way you might look at this if you were looking for levels on the downside. And I'm not really, but otherwise, here's a level here. This high was this low. This is kind of like what silver does, you know? That's kind of like what silver did when we went from 122 to 65. Exactly, you know, like half the value. Okay, so that was the S&Ps. Okay, we're going to skip over the NAS here. This is, what is this? This is gold. Okay, this is gold on a weekly here. We do have a little weekly reversal here. Okay, so what we know all the reasons people are buying gold. Okay, what's the reason you sell gold? You don't make any interest on gold. Okay, so you could get 3%. So 3% times $5,200. Okay, figured out. You know, okay. And there was a lot of reasons if Trump is changing the macro, like a macro biblical, really. You're capping rates on the money changers at 10%. Okay, it's quite historic. Here, hang on a second here. Let's throw out a comment here on the daily. Let's go to a daily. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, we had hit an olive. There were a couple olives here. Okay, these would have been for people that are looking for olives that think that this is very overvalued. Okay, so we came up here, 54.10, right here, and we just, what was it? I forget which one it was. But on the way up, as a matter of fact, I think it was this one here, where I had a client cancel it, and then, you know, because then all of a sudden it gets real close, and you're like, you know what, I'll still sell it higher, maybe 2% higher, whatever it is. Okay, so we are going to be taking out a little head and shoulders here on the downside. Let's draw it. Oh, look at that. That's off these two that hit. Okay, see, because I have a magnet. These are CQG charts. I'm going to make that let's make that a blue. I don't have any blues around there, do I? Here, let's make it a purple. Okay. See, so sometimes, you know, and over here, if you're looking here, these would be your levels. If you like something over here, you're that type of trader. Okay, something over here, because to me, I got 50.69. Okay, and it's holding here, although we have inside range. This one's smaller than the previous week. Okay, we do have lower weekly highs. Okay, this market, the surprise will be on the downside here in gold. So, and on the upside, I don't know. You know, this is going to go up in an orderly fashion. If Trump changed the game and the central banks, like say, for example, the BRIC central banks, they all bought gold because they thought the U.S. was going to go into default before the 250th anniversary, which was the Soros Wuhan Jew flu coup plan. Okay, here's silver. Look at this. This is a weekly. Okay, we got a weekly reversal down. Okay, if you have a silver mine, you're running 24/7. You know, you are trying to get some silver. Because this stuff used to be 10, 20 bucks. Okay, 10, 20 bucks, you know. Here, let's blow it up a little bit here. Okay, here, we'll take the high here. Okay, 20 bucks. Okay, this is in 2022. Okay, so to keep that in perspective, I gave up charting gold for a long time, 10 years, because it was just a rigged game. Everybody was like conspiracy theorist. Okay, well, there was a guy that on Substack that put them all out there, all the manipulations, the Chinese bank, Goldman Sachs, You know, the usual banksters. So silver, let's just look at this here on a intraday. No, this is just plain Jane and silver. This is just to give you a feel here. Oh, no, this is, I'm sorry, this is the E-mini NASDAQ here. I'm sorry. Looking for silver. Okay, let's go to this. Okay, so this is where, okay, so you can see here, and this has been playing here. This is just from this area here, okay, where these would be to buy, okay. Here you hit one of these thin olive lines, okay, you come back here, you miss it, okay, because you're going to get the players that are buying above that. You'll get the players that have stops below that, so those guys are gunning for it, the high-frequency traders, okay, and then this is the top. Look at this. Okay, and we just drifted here in the aftermarket. But otherwise, we're confined here in this range. If this is 97, this was from 65, divide it by 2 and add it to the, and you come up with 97 bucks. 65, 32, 97. So this is silver, okay? Before I drag on too long, we're already on 11 minutes. Let's go to the grains here. These are the soybeans, okay? This is a big trend line to me that way. We have them the other way here, a regular one. You can see how we just kept under it, okay? And then for here, we finally close above that. Come back down here into that line. You're just, if you believe in that line, then you're buying it anywhere here. You're buying it at 74 in the goats. We traded 4 cents under, and it's beans are being less so here now because beans have already rallied $1. And let's go take a look at, let's look at corn first. I usually like to keep the beans all together. Okay, here you see this black trend line here. These are off some highs here. I don't know where it comes in here. This is a monthly chart here. Okay, let's go to a weekly. This is corn. Funds are still short corn. As you can see right there, we've been bobbing along. Okay, so this would be good to set value here. This is what a lot of big corn, 2 billion bushels is what they say, left over. Okay, so we'll see here. And that's why they came down. They're putting pressure on the farmers. And now we popped up here. Okay, see how the trend line played there? And then you had this, whatever this was going up here, 446 and a quarter. And then these were just like here. This was an olive line down here. This was hit last year back here. This was February. Yeah, remember that? Well, anyway, it was in the March contract right before delivery. So this is corn. You know what? Here, hang on a second here. Let's go look at the July D's corns just out of curiosity. Okay, it did get a pop. It was down here by the lows. Okay, so this shows there might be some kind of demand. We just popped 2.5 cents. Okay, if you're looking to take a shot and you don't want to sit there naked price, you could buy the July D's, for a couple months if you're going to play that. And actually, we did have a hot February. We had a 70-degree day in February. I went to the club with short t-shirt. So, okay, so that's corn here. Let's go to wheat here. My goodness. Listen, all you can do is try to stay with your game plan here. We came back down. Look at this. We did this reversal down. We came down to here, okay, right here. This was like Wednesday, March 4th. This was the 6th. We rallied 50 cents off this, but look at this, 63.5, 64.5, okay? So you're buying it against that low, okay, which was last week's low. I'll show you. Because I did this trade and goofed it up, and you just, you have to have multiple units, so then you can at least pay for the trade. But that was, and then here's what it looks like. We blow it up a little bit more. Look at that. Higher low. You're buying it against that low. Give me all you got, Now look, this would have been outside down. You'd see what the hell, there'd be sell stops under there, okay? Absolutely, but there wasn't. And, and things have been changing in the American products. Hang on, should we go see the softs? Okay. So these are, here's a couple more May crude charts, okay? So these were off a main page. And then when I make a trading page, the one that's got all that other stuff on it here, this is page 7, okay? If you want just this page 7, but anyway here, so we have a long-term trend line. Let's just go take a peek at this. Yes, that's exactly the same, but sometimes I want to determine which one I want to delete. So this is the highs in 15 and 16, okay? 2015, 2016. Think about that. That was right before we did the drill, baby, drill, you know, when Trump got in 2016. So here, let's go look at this on a monthly. Just to put, this is crude oil. Oh, wow, that doesn't really look like it's a big deal, does it? Well, it's a line, and it's where we close the week. Okay, sometimes I don't know. Here, this is Brent. Okay, this is from 23's high here. What do we have here? Let's look at this Brent here a little bit larger picture. Yeah, you know what? If you're a Brent trader, I'm going to take this off. If you're a Brent trader, then you get a hold of me. You know what? Because it'll definitely be worth your while. If you trade futures contracts in Brent. Okay, I wanted to look at RBOB. Okay, this is a RBOB contract. Okay, if you want to know, you can research this yourself. And so this is unleaded gas. Okay, here, so we were right at $2, right at $2, and now we're at 255. Okay, this isn't as dramatic as the crude, is it? Well, it's still 25%. You know, never mind. So that would be, this is on the upside here. I don't know, you know, if in fact things got crazy here. Here, I got something at 286, 308, 309 round down. I got some stuff a little bit higher. We'll just take a peek at this. This is Augie Nat Gas. Oh, look at that. Hang on a second here. That looks close to an olive. All right, so that would be how it would look. You know, if you were buying it and you're looking for an olive line, that's what I would have given you. You know, this is actually like corn, isn't it? Oh, you know what? Let's just spend 30 seconds here. This is the Jap yen. Okay, this is the Jap yen. It's going down. It's going down, down, down. This is the euro here. This is up at 120.50 there. I got some kind of, this is what, the reds are a halfway back. There, that's the euro. Here's, oh, this is China. Oh, this is China. If China gets big, look, man, China is ready to collapse. We'll see. Trump could absolutely crush their economy right now and throw them into chaos, regime change. Okay, here's the Canadian here. You know, this came down here one time. You just close your eyes and you're just like, you know, you sat down here for 3 months, okay, and then you come back to value. So the orange is important there. That's at 74 cents here. Here's the softs page here. Okay, I'm not going to go through. We're just going to look here. This is cocoa. It got up to 12,000. We just got to under 3,000. And you can see I got some levels here. We'll even blow it up. See the sevens are all lighting up here. This is sugar. Here, missed an olive. Sometimes you play the trend lines, you know. Anyway, that's at 14. Here we are at 15.20. Okay, funds are short that. Here's the U.S. dollar here. This is the June contract. You know, this is just the way these things trade here. So this would be a weekly chart. So this is the dollar, okay? So we'll see here. You know, if we're in a new lower band, maybe this is the top part of our band. You know, maybe 101.23, the top part of our band, because Trump talked about exactly what I said. These Chinese, they're just beggar Asian nations with their currencies. They sit down there at 65 cents, you know, you know, and you can't compete. Here, this is, that's bullshit here. Hang on a second here. They dick around with your daily charts because I pay for delayed on this cotton exchange because nobody trades it. You know, I got a couple people we got. And the July, no, here's July. Oh, look at that. So we made a little thing here. Okay, so somebody did it. They marked it down. Watch this here, man. I like to buy it here. That is an olive here. That's last month's low. It's $5 a tick. So 100 ticks would be $500. Okay, so you're talking 10 ticks would be $50. Okay, just to sit here and have, just in case we happen to get some cotton demand, that you'll want to have the July, which is the old crop, right? Just kind of like corn. So, meaning there's no, there you can have no new stuff, you know, so if all of a sudden somebody buys it. Here, this is the May cotton here also. That's an olive here, which on top of a orange, brown trend line. The brown trend line shows. What else we got here? Oh, yeah, here's rice. Oh, boy. You know, they came back down here. This is fickle market here. Look at that. 7, 8, 9. 7, 9, 11, and 13, right? Tom DeMark, Alan Palmer. So, okay, we're going to call this a wrap. If you need something, or stocks even, you need some numbers and stocks, I am. And if you need numbers, here, let's go take a peek at copper. I see it over there. I have not liked copper. Where the hell's copper? Oops. Hang on. I have not liked copper at all. Okay, it's a at $6 the shit hit $2 on the crash. Okay. So this would be copper. We get under here, Beb, 572-ish. Look out. 562. Look out. Okay. And another reason in silver too. Okay, those are metals that they mine, and they are going to be mining them 24/7. Let's go on here. One guy likes to use moving averages here. These are the moving averages today. Here, okay, here. And this is just what a client wanted. 10, 20, simple. 100, 50, and 200. You have to figure that out. The 50. What are we at now? 8. Oh, look at that. So the 50-day is at 85.25. Okay, and then 70 cents, a buck, $70, 83.20. You know what? 83.20. That was pretty good. That number was playing there too. If we look at it, and then 87 even, call it. So, okay, we're going to call this a wrap. Email me, arp@nasdog.com. And if you're looking for levels or you just want to get delivered to your inbox, charts every day. And I write a little bit of something. But you don't need that. You just need the charts. You just need the levels. arp@nasdog.com. Thanks for watching.